Hello and welcome to the preview show as we look ahead to Town's trip to the Valley this afternoon as Town take on Charlton Athletic. Delighted to say we're joined by former Town captain Matt Holland. How are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. You've been enjoying coming out of lockdown, bit of golf I've seen recently on social media.
Yeah, I played with Milts this week. So that was good. Yeah, I played a couple of games of golf. I haven't managed to get to the pub yet, but as you can see, I've had my hair cut, so that's good news.
Yeah, you got one over on me. I'm still waiting for my appointment. Well, we're going to have to touch upon Tuesday's result for Town. It was a really disappointing performance. And before the match, Paul had described it as a game that would define their season. And it was a 3-0 loss to AFC Wimbledon. I mean, I don't know whether you watched the match or not, but certainly, even if you just saw the result, it's a disappointing one, isn't it?
It's a very disappointing result. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but no, it's a hugely disappointing result at this stage of the season when there's still an eye on the playoffs, and there has to be still an eye on it, trying to reach the playoffs. It's it's not mathematically out of the equation, but it's going to be very difficult because the form isn't there. It just simply isn't there. Reading the reports, sort of Flynn Downs, I think, played quite well in that game. But bar him, I don't think too many others did themselves justice. And, it's been quite a volatile press conference yesterday from Paul ahead of this game. I think it's quite clear that he's not happy with what he's seen so far since taking over. And I think there'll be massive changes. And we've already seen it, with Jimmy Walker departing the club, Alan Judge, his situation that he's not going to play and then will be gone at the end of the season as well. So it started, and there will be massive changes ahead of next season.
Yeah, he spoke about that, and as you say, in his press conference yesterday, and he said the club's been on a downward spiral for just too many years, and he wants to be the man that grips it and turns it around with the, getting the club in an upward spiral. And certainly with the club changing ownership in the last week as well, it's given fans some optimism. But like you say, it will be a big summer of change, won't it? Certainly
yeah, it will. I mean, the thing that's I guess in his favour is that there's so many players out of contract this summer. And so it's easier to make changes when there's that many players who are coming up to the end of their deals. Obviously, with new ownership, a new manager, new ideas, then he's going to want to bring his own people in, his own players, and he'll want to do it his way, if you like. But with so many players out of contract, it makes it a little bit easier for him to do that.
So if we just look at Town's opponents, a club that you know very well, Matt, Charlton, we spoke about Town sadly not being in form, but Charlton are one of the teams ahead of Town, only 2 points ahead, game in hand, but they are very much in form, aren't they? I think they're 8 unbeaten. Adkins has come in there and they've had a little bit of a bounce, his first game at the Valley tomorrow. Be a tough game, won't it?
Will be a tough game. It was, I think, disappointing for them to lose Lee Bowyer, when he went. But Nigel Adkins has come in. He's a wise old head, and he's he hasn't actually had a home game yet. It's weird. He's had 3 games on the road and picked up 7 points. Winning at Sunderland was a terrific result. That was a really eye-catching performance and result. So they are in good form, and they're probably in a better position to reach the playoffs than we are at Ipswich at the moment.
Would you put that down to, Matt? There's other promotion contenders, Charlton, Portsmouth, who have changed managers, and they have had some sort of reaction, some sort of bounce. But Ipswich just haven't seemed to have that under Paul Cook. What do you think that's down to?
Well, I think Paul has tried lots of different things. He's tried lots of different personnel, different formations, different ways of playing, and he hasn't found the right recipe. Whether he feels as though the players aren't quite up to it. He's sort of said that, hasn't he? He's been disappointed with the performances and the level that the players have shown. And particularly, I think, with so many players out of contract, he would have been hoping that they'd have been shown a little bit more in the hope that they could get a new one for next season as well. So I don't think it's been through lack of trying. He's tried lots of different ways to try and get the best out of the team, but it just hasn't happened.
Yeah, just with Charlton as well. They won recently 2 big away wins at Sunderland, a really good win there at the Stadium of Light, and at Doncaster. I don't know have you seen much of Charlton this season? Certainly, I know it's a different proposition under under Nigel Adkins than what it was with Lee Boat. Have you seen much of them?
I've seen bits and pieces. Yeah, again, not loads. Look, they've got a lot of experienced heads. Pearce, Stockley, Alex Gilby's someone I like as well. He's had a difficult time actually since arriving at the club. He was at Colchester's and MK Dons, and he had a good few years at MK Dons. And when he signed for Charlton, I was expecting big things, but he struggled with form, he struggled with fitness. But he's a player that we'll certainly have to keep an eye on today, because he makes really good runs from midfield. He gets into the box, he gets into goal scoring positions, he gets beyond the striker. So he's someone that we'll have to keep an eye on.
You alluded to it there, just in your answer, touching upon the personnel Nigel Adkins has got at his disposal, and Paul described them in his press conference yesterday as men. Your likes of Jayden Stockley, your Pearces, Gilbys, Prattleys.
Yeah, I think you need a mix. You can't just, rely on older players, if you like. You need to have that balance and that mix about your squad. All the best teams have that. And so, I think that, it is going to be a massive summer for Paul Cook to try and get to, get the squad that he thinks is capable of getting promotion. But it will be a mix of people who've been there, seen it and done it, and add in a bit of, youth and exuberance and legs. And so you've got to have that balance about any sort of squad that you build.
And Jai Samey, he's a new recruit for Charlton in the January window, and he's a player that Town will know well. He scored 2 at Portman Road for Swindon earlier this season. So, have to have their wits about him. He's looked quite a dangerous player down the left-hand side for Swindon. Yeah,
he's another one that we'll have to, like you say, keep an eye on. They've got some good, talented players. I think the midfield is going to be a key battle, to be honest. I think, you mentioned Pratley, Gilby and Forster Kasky. I like him as well. He's had a good season, Forster Kasky at Charlton. So I think that's probably where the key area, probably where the game might be decided.
Yeah, and having Flynn Downs in Ipswich's team will be key to that, to winning that battle for Ipswich.
Well, judging by some of the comments from the manager, it'll be Flynn Downs plus 10. I don't know who else will play. I mean, I might even get the call. You never know. I'm actually working later today at Wolves, so I can't play this weekend. But judging by some of his comments, it was it's going to be Flynn Downs and 10 others who start the game. So it'll be interesting to see that team selection.
Yeah. Who else do you see as key men for Town if they are to get a positive result from this? I know you spoke about Norwood as well.
Well, it's been the problem all season.
Yeah,
not scored enough goals. It's fairly obvious. 7 of the last 14 games, we haven't scored a goal, and that's not going to win your football matches. Simple as that. I think I was reading with the 3rd lowest scorers in League One, which is bizarre, really. So ultimately, he's got to try and find a way of getting goals into the team. Norwood comes into that. I don't know the answer at the moment, and he obviously doesn't feel as though he's got the personnel to find those extra goals in the team. But it's something he's going to have to rectify in the summer.
I think defensively is sort of in the top 6 for keeping clean sheets this season. But like you said there, I think it is only Northampton and Bristol Rovers who have scored fewer than Ipswich, and unfortunately, you're not going to be in the mix, are you? Simply, you got to score goals to win games. Yeah,
I mean, look, you can be as defensive and organised as you want and draw every game 0-0. It'll only get you 46 points. So you've got to score goals to win games. It's as simple as that, and we just haven't done it on a regular enough basis.
Yeah, you spoke about midfield being a key battle in the game this afternoon. How do you see the game panning out, Matt?
Well, confidence-wise looks pretty low, doesn't it, at the moment from Ipswich's point of view. Charlton, on the other hand, Nigel Adkins' first game in charge at the Valley. He said he'll have to get used to the surroundings there himself, and different dugout, different dressing room, all that sort of stuff, which he's not had that experience yet. It would have been nicer for him if the Charlton fans were there at the Valley to welcome him. At the moment, you make Charlton favourites for the game. The form and the way things are going, you'd probably make Charlton strong favourites for the game.
Yeah, is it a club still quite close to your heart, Matt? Do you still keep in contact with people there?
Yeah, they're very good actually. I'm doing a game for them in a couple of weeks. Actually, they've got their own sort of TV channel around the matches, and I think Darren Bent's doing the game today actually
Yeah.
for them. He'll enjoy that, I'm sure. Yeah, but I'm getting back to the Valley in a couple of weeks. I think I think it's Crewe on a Tuesday night that I'm doing a game for them, so that'd be good. Yeah, it's a great club. It's a fabulous place, and as I say, if Ipswich aren't getting the playoffs, I'd like Charlton to do so.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much for your time again on the preview, Matt. Really appreciated. And Town fans, thank you very much for watching at home. Don't forget that it's a 12:30 kickoff at the Valley this afternoon. Kickoff was brought forward because of Prince Philip's funeral. So don't forget to buy your iFollow match passes this morning. Thank you very much for joining us.